you just are eating. You just go, you eat, you're enjoying the festivities, and everybody brings something, but there's not very often is there a fruit platter or a veggie platter. Maybe the healthiest thing is guacamole, and that's about it. So it's hard. It makes it really hard.
So how do you think that affected your relationship with food growing up like that?
I didn't have any boundaries as far as, like my mom would cook healthy food. I mean, like we always had a protein and a starch and a veggie, but how it was cooked was maybe a different story. It wasn't always, we ate a lot of fried food, always had tons of carbs, more than we probably should have. So I think that's where food education comes into play, because if you're just growing up and you're eating whatever your parents feed you, or culturally whatever your parents feed you, then you don't know any better. And I loved food. I loved it. I probably would have been happy with 1 taco or 2 tacos, but I would eat 4 because they were so good. So it was really hard growing up.
Welcome to Beyond the Scale, the show where everyday heroes share their stories on how they turn their lives around for the healthier. I'm Coach Brittany, and today's guest is Gina Diaz. She answers the question, is lap band surgery enough to get and stay fit? Hope you enjoy. Welcome, Gina.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm really excited to have you on today. I think you have a really strong message that the world needs to hear and that, really want to share with everybody. But before we jump into any of that, I want to start this with a game. Are you down for a game?
I'm down.
Okay, so we're going to play what we like to call word association. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to list off one word at a time, and you're just going to name off the first thing that comes to your head, no matter what it is.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Burpees.
Hate them.
Family.
Love.
Weights.
Love.
Cardio.
Love.
Inspiration.
Para.
Soda.
Don't drink it.
Leg day.
Good.
Fasting.
Hard.
Water.
A lot.
5:30 a.m.
Tough.
Sleep.
Love.
Cookies.
Love, hate.
I'm right there with you on that. I used to be a cookie monster, actually.
I'm okay with protein cookies.
There you go. There's an even balance there.
Right.
Now that we got that part out of the way, I kind of want to dive more into your story and learn about who you are and how you got to be the person you are today. What was childhood like for you? Can you give me a quick little picture of how that was?
I had a great childhood.
Okay.
My mom didn't work. My dad was a blue-collar worker. I had a great childhood. My cultural background is Mexican, so we have lots of families, lots of aunts and uncles and cousins, and every holiday is a celebration, every wedding, every funeral. It was great.
Okay. And now, was fitness always a part of your life back then?
No.
Okay.
I played sports when I was super young, but I never played sports in high school. My parents aren't super athletic people. They're not into fitness. They weren't into fitness when I was growing up. So I didn't really have a strong presence of physical activity growing up.
Okay.
My sister played sports, my brother played sports, but I'm not an athlete by any means. The sports that I did play, I wasn't very good at.
Okay. Did you enjoy playing them at least?
No.
Okay.
Because I wasn't good.
Okay.
So being physically fit, my physical fitness growing up was mostly PE in high school. That was about it.
Okay.
So
your culture growing up, I mean, for me and my family, I know any type of events that we have tons of food, it's just a madhouse of food, and it's easy to get lost in it. Being the culture that you're in, have you had any experience with that?
Yes. Everybody loves Mexican food, right?
Oh, hands down, that's my favorite.
So, but nothing about it is healthy. It's super hard to, you just are eating. You just go, you eat, you're enjoying the festivities and everybody brings something, but there's not very often is there a fruit platter or a veggie platter. Maybe the healthiest thing is guacamole, and that's about it. So it's hard. It makes it really hard.
So how do you think that affected your relationship with food growing up like that?
I didn't have any boundaries as far as, like my mom would cook healthy food. I mean, like we always had a protein and a starch and a veggie, but how it was cooked was maybe a different story. It wasn't always, we ate a lot of fried food, always had tons of carbs, more than we probably should have. So I think that's where food education comes into play, because if you're just growing up and you're eating whatever your parents feed you, or culturally whatever your parents feed you, then you don't know any better. And I loved food. I loved it. I probably would have been happy with 1 taco or 2 tacos, but I would eat 4 because they were so good. So it was really hard growing up.
Okay, and now having that type of relationship with food at, your adolescent years growing up, did that play a role at all in your outside life, like whether it be friends, other family members, how you felt internally?
Food was my go-to.
Okay.
Like if I was happy, I would eat to celebrate. If I was sad, I would eat to drown my sorrows. If I was out socially with friends, we would go and eat. So yeah, my life revolved around food. And I never realized it until like right now, interviewing for this episode, I realized like, wow, you let food rule your life, regardless of the emotion, whether it's happy, sad, whatever.
Yeah, because like you mentioned, like we hear all the time people eating to fill their sorrows, but it's rare. I mean, I know it's common that it happens, but it is rare that you hear about people eating when they're happy, like overeating, using food when they're happy. But like you said, like you used to use it to celebrate.
Yes.
Like treat yourself for things.
If I got a promotion, I would go have a great dinner. If I got a new job or whatever.
Right.
But it always revolved around food.
And now, so going through all of that, leading you into your adult life, did that, catapult any other issues in your life that you had to deal with?
Yeah, I got really, really heavy. I was over 200 pounds. And I went for an annual physical, and my doctor asked me to have blood work done. And when it came back, she said, "You are on the verge of being diabetic." And I lost it. I just started crying in her office. And my doctor's great. She comforted me and let me know that, you're not going to have to take insulin, but you do have to take some medication. But with diet and exercise, you can, bring your sugars back down and get them under control and control your life, control your health, the future of your health. Because at the time I was 36. So right away I took a class on nutrition so I could learn more about food, and I changed my diet and I started exercising, but it wasn't enough. Like it wasn't enough to get me off medication. I was on the lowest dosage, but at that point, it's so scary.
It is.
And and at the time I was so young, all I could think was, I don't want to be on this medication for the rest of my life. So that's what happened. And it's super scary to know that someone could live their whole life not knowing about nutrition or not knowing the benefits of exercise. I think now, with the, health and nutrition education is more prominent now than it was, say, in the 70s or in the 80s when I was growing up, because younger generations, that they're all about it.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's different. So it took me till I was 36 to realize you probably should eat right and exercise and get a workout in now and then.
Now you said, so the doctor told you that, diagnosed you, you were taking the medication, starting to work out, eat healthier, but you said it still wasn't enough.
It wasn't. even though I was eating better, I was still not necessarily controlling how much I ate. Like you could really honestly eat too much fruit. So after a year and a half of taking medications, I followed up with my doctor quarterly and my numbers were always great. And I asked my doctor, can I stop taking this medication? Because I was on the lowest dosage, like I said. And she said, no, your diet and exercise you're working with the medication, but you can't stop taking it. You have to get more weight off. Because I had only lost like 15 pounds or 20 pounds on my own. So I started asking my doctor about bariatric surgery.
Okay.
And she recommended a lap band surgery. So I researched it, looked into it, saw what it was all about. It's an outpatient surgery. So I opted for it in 2008.
Now, was the reason for this to lose enough weight in order to fully get off of that medication?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and to get my life back. Because, you know, you're over 200 pounds. Exercising is hard. It's hard on your joints. It's just hard on your body all the way around. So I wanted to get off the medication, and I wanted to enjoy exercising more than I did. And I just wanted to get under 200 pounds. So I opted for it in October of 2008.
Okay. And now, was there any hesitation? Like the doctor recommended it, you did your research. At that point, was there any hesitation, or were you like, this is what I'm going to do?
None.
Okay.
I was determined to do it, and I did what I had to do to have it done. I had to go through a 6-month program with a bariatric surgeon. I had to go to classes. I had to, the week before the surgery, I had to be on a liquid diet.
Oh.
So it's not easy. It's not an easy process. It was a lot of work.
Yeah. Now, what was it like for you after surgery?
After surgery was a little bit brutal. I probably was off work about 3 weeks.
Okay.
The recovery was hard because for 14 days after you have surgery, you're on a liquid diet.
On top of that time before you had the surgery.
Right. It's plays mind tricks. Like you're so bloated because it's done arthroscopically. So you're completely bloated. So you have to get rid of all of that gas that's in your body. It's painful. I questioned myself maybe the first few days after I got home. Why did I do this? Did I make the right decision? Am I going to be able to pull this off? Am I going to be better? But after like 2 weeks, after I could start eating food again, I realized that it was the right decision for me, that I was going to be healthy and I was going to be able to stop taking this medication. I had to have a positive mindset about it.
So would you say it was that mindset shift once you started actually eating the food that made you fully decide, like,
Yes.
I made the right decision on this?
Yes, because I could only eat half a yogurt or a small portion of food, and I was satisfied. And I realized, like, yeah, this was it. This was the decision I had to make. This is the move I had to make to move forward with my life and be healthy and happy and find what I was missing.
Right. So I know with the lap band surgery, that helps with like the portion control of how much you eat. But obviously you still have to be mindful of what types of food you put in your body.
Yes.
So after surgery, were you still working on eating healthy, or were you just kind of controlling the portion end of it?
I was eating healthy.
Okay.
I made sure that I ate protein and veggies, and I was super conscious of it. I hardly ate any bread. I didn't eat any carbs for the first probably 2 years. So, but then as you get used to it, you start incorporating other things in your diet that you probably shouldn't. And it's a tool. So, I mean, you could eat hot Cheetos every single day if you want. Maybe not a full giant bag, but you could eat them every day.
Right.
So you still have to make good food choices. You still have to work out. It's not a quick fix.
And I like that you mentioned that because like some people have this perception over surgeries like that is like, that's a quick fix. You're not going to have to do anything after that. And you're just going to have this great body. But that's not the case. You're not going to be healthy if you don't eat healthy, work out, and just stay consistent with that. Like you said, I love that. It's a tool.
Yes.
So what was it like for you working out the years after you recovered from surgery?
So as the years went on, you kind of fall into old habits. The newness of this tool kind of wears off. And like I said previously, you can make bad food choices. My workouts fell off. I had a foot injury. So then once I recovered from that, I still didn't get back into working out the way I should have been. And I put some weight back on, not all of it, but I did put probably 25 or 30 pounds back on. And it was upsetting. It's, you kind of, I was down on myself about it. Like I went through all of this to have this surgery, to change my health for the better, and I let myself go again. So in 2015, is when I started at Fit Body Boot Camp.
Okay, and now how did you find Fit Body at that point?
So my sister and my best friend both were going to Brea Fit Body, and I would question them, why are you going there? You live in Anaheim. Like, that's kind of out of your way. We love it. We love everybody there. We love the owners. It's great. It's 30 minutes. All right, whatever. And at the time, again, I was heavier than I wanted to be, and I was kind of crabby and kind of mean. So one day when I was on Facebook, an advertisement came up, and they were promoting a skinny jean challenge for this fall. So I told my best friend, I want this for my birthday. My birthday was in July. So I was like, I want you to pay for me to do this for my birthday. So she did, and I did it, and I absolutely loved it. It was everything that I needed. I've had a gym membership with a huge gym since I was out of high school, since 1989. And I wouldn't go. I've been paying for years. So with Fit Body, it's 30 minutes. You can't beat it.
Like, you can't.
You
There's no
go,
excuses.
Somebody tells you what to do, and you do it, and you're a sweaty mess when you leave, and you've accomplished what you needed to do for the day, and you could go about your business.
Yeah, and even though it's only 30 minutes, it's that HIIT workout. You still have that whole afterburn effect,
Right.
so that way you're still burning
Exactly.
throughout the time, even when you go home and relax and doing whatever you have to do. So that's why I love Fit Body too.
Yeah, it's the best.
Now you said you had the other gym memberships before, never went. What exactly was it about Fit Body that you just really fell in love with?
The location I go to, I absolutely love. The coaches, the owners, all of the people that are members there are so welcoming and so friendly. Nobody judges you. Nobody cares what you're wearing or how you look. They're all there to work out. The one thing that I love the most about it, though, is, like I said, somebody tells me what to do. Do this through 1 through 6 stations, and then you're done. If I were to go to the gym, I would waste my time trying to figure out what to do. And would I really push myself? Would I run the fastest I could on a treadmill or pick up the heaviest weights that I could handle? Probably not. So I love that atmosphere. That's why I keep going.
Nice. And now what type of results have you seen since you've been going?
So I'm back down to a healthier weight. I'm down about 30 pounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I am happier. I'm healthier. Not as crabby, not snapping at people because I'm so unhappy with myself. I feel like this is probably the most fit I've been in my entire life. And I really attribute it to Fit Body.
So I want to go back a little bit to your backstory when growing up, being around all the culture, the foods and everything. So now that you live this healthy lifestyle, are you still affected in any way? Like, do you feel the pressure when you're at family events or gatherings?
I think as we've all gotten older, that my family has actually evolved. Like, we still have traditional stuff, but there's always other options. My mom always wants there to be a green salad there now. There's always other veggies. There's always a fruit platter. There's healthier options now, even though, like I said, our traditional things that we normally would have are still available. So you still have them. It's a treat. It's not something you eat every day, not even once a month. It's just holidays now.
Right.
So that makes it better.
I love that. You're taking care of yourself and it bleeds into the rest of your family, which they're going to go out, friends and family, and it just bleeds into the world and just spreading the healthy word.
Right, exactly.
Now, do you have any advice for someone that may be at home, maybe in the same type of position that you were in the past, maybe on the fence of wanting to work out? Do you have anything you would tell them?
Just do it. You just have to take that leap. I've brought so many friends to boot camp with me at work, friends outside of work, that they love it. They love that they can just go in and work out and be done. And again, people are so afraid of being judged. And a lot of people don't go to gyms because there's a girl there or a man there that are fully dolled up and taking selfies, and they don't want to be intimidated by that.
Yeah. Or
they are intimidated by that, so they don't want to go work out. But I assure them that nothing like that happens at our gym, and they're so in awe when they go. All I get is positive feedback, how much they loved it. So it's a good thing. Like, you should do it. You should take that leap and do it, because nobody's going to do it for you.
Absolutely. You got to make that decision from within.
Yes.
Okay, so we kind of got to wrap it up now, but I want to know, what does living beyond the scale mean to you?
Living beyond the scale to me is living my best life, like making right food choices, making sure I work out 5 to 6 days a week, and even on the days that I don't work out, try and get some kind of active rest day in. Try to be a positive influence on other people. I don't pay attention to the scale anymore. I can't. I just I gauge how my clothes fit or how comfortable I feel. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm uncomfortable, then I know I'm doing something wrong. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing your full story. I'm so proud of how far you've come and that you're still on this journey, and you just keep going and you keep bringing more people in to help them out. So thank you for that. And if anyone at home wants to go work out with you, where can they find you at?
Brea Fit Body Boot Camp.
So if you guys are in the Brea area, make sure you check out Gina and the rest of the crew out there. And for those of you that may not be in the area, make sure you go to fitbodybootcamp.com to find a location near you and claim your 3 free workouts. Until next time. Did you know that you could have done a full workout in the amount of time it took you to listen to this podcast? Go to fitbodybootcamp.com to claim your 3 free sessions now. And remember to join me next Tuesday so you can see who our special guest is. Until then, remember to live a fit body, fit mind forever.